Hey guys, how are you doing? I want to share some with you because I feel that it's going to help me when I talk about it, and also that if you're out there and you're currently suffering the same kind of sort of mindset that has been sort of plaguing my thoughts at the moment, and it's one that when you are struggling to get traction in some area of your life, you start focusing on all the things that you're not. And that's been something that I've been doing recently. Like when I have had met a brick wall with some of my parts of my business, I start looking at all the things that I'm not, and like all the things I'm not good at. And that's it's a great part for personal growth. It's great to have introspection and say, do you know what, I need to work on this a little bit. At the same time, when you're trying to be confident about yourself and feel good about yourself, one of the most detrimental things I think is to concentrate all the things you're shit at. Like, if anyone knows me well, I'm shite at admin. I really try hard, but it's something that I just don't take to very well. I'm not very organised. I'm very, very momentary, so I forget things in the past and I forget to plan for the future. I very much live in the moment, and that's not an excuse. It's just that makes me very, very good at being in the room with you. Like, if you sit with me one-to-one, like on a regular basis, I'll sit with people and motivate the hell out of them. I'll get them seeing their life in a different way, or I'll help them make sense of things that are going on. I'll be 100% in that room with someone. But when it comes to admin and doing things that need to be planned for or remembered, that means that it escapes me. I'm not very good at it, okay? It's something I definitely have to work on. But if I'm trying to fill my sort of bank of confidence with emotional money, I'm not going to concentrate on that stuff. What I'm going to try and do is focus on the things that will help me leverage my ability to be in the moment. And this is where I've been looking for different platforms for this as well, because what I struggle with is if I've had a great conversation with someone and then 2 weeks later I get an email or a message, I'm coaching, I'm in the moment, and all of a sudden I need to get back. I'll read the message and I'll forget about it. And it's not that I'm being rude, it's just that generally I've been so in the moment, it's passed me by. So where do I start with this? Do I start beating myself up that I'm this person that never gets back to anyone? Do I start really piling on the pressure for me to be better at that? Yeah, okay, I should definitely focus on it, but what I probably would be better off doing is making sure that I can deliver things where I'm happier being in the moment and actually answering those people's questions. That's why I'm going to be doing outcome of this is why I'm going to do more webinars, because that's when I love, I can sit there, I'm in the moment, I can read through my stuff, there's people on the call, and it's going to be highly beneficial. Because what happens is that when you're trying to become the best version of your skills, when you're trying to give the best version of your skills, sometimes you end up focusing on the thing, oh my god, I'm not very good at that, I can't do that, I should do that, I need to be better at that. And if that's all you're ever doing, isn't that feeling like you're never actually good at anything? And sometimes it's worth turning around and giving yourself a pat on the back, what the stuff you're really good at. I'm amazing live, one-to-one, in the moment, right now. That's when I'm at my best. That's why I coach as long, and I spend 3 of my days a week coaching back to back. I love it, because when I'm coaching, I'm in the moment, I'm at my best. Whereas sitting there strategically thinking and planning, I'm not as good. I'm okay, but I'm not as good. So what I'm trying to say here, guys, is that sometimes when you're focusing on stuff like you're currently not too good at, you sometimes want to actually come back and bring it to a position where you go, actually, well, before I start saying I want to improve on all these things, I need to improve my admin skills, I need to improve my my correspondence. I'm actually good at all this stuff first, and then it's a great place to start, because it's how can I use these strengths to work on these weaknesses? Because one of the biggest things that I found is it's something that one of my good friends and mentors, Dax, showed me, is that just for me, writing and typing just doesn't work for me. This works for me, video, because I can just literally use my hands, I can use expression, and that's where I'm best. So for anyone who gets back to a lot of messages and rather a personal little touch, you can literally go into YouTube, click on upload, and a little bit comes capture, and you can speak into a video. Within about 5-10 seconds, it's done, it's uploaded. And that's how I feel I'll probably be better off getting back to people. So sort of summing up the video, okay? When you're trying to improve yourself, don't always focus on all your areas for improvement, so to speak. Maybe maybe a great idea is to first of all start with actually, what am I absolutely amazing at? What is my talent? What do I bring to the world in like no other person can? It might be admin. So many people I know that are absolutely kick-ass at admin, yet they don't give themselves credit for it, because that is such an amazing talent. That's something that I wish that I had. And it's always, the grass is always greener. I'm sure there's many people who would like to go, I would love to be able to stand in front of a load of people and speak. Or so that might not float anyone's boat. Anyway, I'm starting to ramble. So, going back to gathering your strengths, looking at the things you're really good at before you start going, well, I'm not very good at this. And it generally, you surprise yourself. And the way to do this is, a little visual for you is to write your name in the middle of a spider diagram, and then start to bring out little bubbles from the outside and saying, all the things that you're good at and what those things actually mean for people. Like, if you're very good at organising, well, that means that I'm very good at making sure you're time efficient, and that's got, that's a huge bonus in itself. Anyway, bit of a ramble towards the end. Hope you enjoyed the video, guys, and if it meant anything to you, give me a little comment or an inbox. Cheers, guys.